Okay, that's fine. All right, so good evening, everyone. My internet might be a bit shaky, so if you can't hear me, please let me know. You can even gesture, just so I know you can't hear me. And Captain Afolabi is on standby, should in case anything happens, he can take over the slides. Just to spend a minute to thank Captain Tayo and Busayo. This might not be the platform for it, but it takes people with a heart of love to do what they are doing. And I actually feel very guilty that I have not been able to be committed. I am hoping to put my foot on the ground by 2022 and be a full-time part of what is going on, because I love it, I enjoy it, and I just see it as a way of giving back the little that we can give back to those that are coming up. So thanks to both of you for all that you are doing for all of us, including me. All right, the class doesn't look full today, so I'll be asking a lot of people. So you have a lot of questions from me. From what I understand, you guys have done the cardinal marks. So my first question is, any doubt, any question, anybody still struggling with understanding the cardinal marks? Yeah, Beatrice.
Sorry, it was a mistake.
Beatrice, you're muted. Okay, it was a
sorry,
mistake. Anybody still no problem. Anybody still struggling? Okay, JJ.
Yes,
JJ,
sir.
Yes, is what I'm looking for. So how would you identify West Cardinal Mark? Tell me the characteristics of West Cardinal Mark.
Okay, West Cardinal marks. If it's during the day, we see the top marks. You know, yellow.
Which is?
Yellow, black, yellow, and the top marks. You have the cone facing each other. And then if it's at night, the rhythm of the lights will tell me if it's west. The rhythm of the light is white flashlight, very quick, 9 times for 10 seconds, and then a quick flash, 9 times for 15 seconds. I think that's how I identify if it's West Cardinal. Thank you.
Okay, Beatrice, do you agree? Who is NN? Please try and identify yourself. If not, I'll call you now. You answer the question. Okay, Beatrice, tell me about East Cardinal Mark.
Okay, so East Cardinal Mark. During the day, the colors is black, yellow, and black. And at night, it flashes a white light, quick flashing, or very quick flashing. Three intervals of in groups of three flash.
You don't even sound confident about what you're saying. Not that you are completely wrong, but you're not sounding confident about it. So I think it would be beneficiary for you if you can spend time, and in all of these things, after these lectures, always have a partner where you can practice with. That's the only way. Orals is about communication. If you just read, you might end up going on that day and discover that you can't communicate. So just have somebody who you practice these questions with. I will just add to whatever Afolabi has done. some of the things I would repeat might just be something he has already said. But notice something about these cardinal marks, the arrows. Wherever the arrows point, that's where the black goes. North is easy, south is easy. South face down, north face is up. Easy to remember. So how do you remember north? The color. Arrow pointing up, black and yellow. South, arrow pointing down, yellow and black. So always follow the arrows. It's a bit tricky with the east and the west cardinal mark. But the west cardinal mark, you just remember it as a wine glass. And then the east, you remember it as a diamond. If you join the two arrows together, you would have like a diamond shape, yeah? And you would find that for the west, the arrows are facing each other, and that's where the black goes in the middle, like the middle band is black. While for the east, the arrows are away from each other. So black top, black bottom, yellow in the middle. That's an easy way of remembering it. Maybe Afolabi had already talked about it. So you have to know where you're supposed, apart from just knowing the characteristics of the light, which you can be asked, but rarely. Sometimes an examiner just wants to see how you can navigate past the buoys. That's what he wants to see. You might have the head knowledge, but how can you practicalize it? If you are heading and in front of you, you see an east cardinal mark, what is it telling you? You see a west cardinal mark, where are you supposed to alter your course to? And sometimes they will even give you a model of a ship and ask you to navigate through some set of buoys. So it's something you need to practicalize. So I'm not going to dwell too much on this because I believe he had already talked about it. And the clock is a very good way of remembering the lighting. North is just quick or very quick, while others are 3, 6, 9. So it's an easy way of just picturing it in your mind. That way you would rarely forget it. So just have a system where you understand these things. That way, if you forget, you just ask yourself, okay, what shape does this look like? 2 arrows facing up, north. Okay, 2 arrows together is like a wine glass, so west. You know, just something like that in your head. There might be other methods too that you would hear other people teach you or tell you about that you can adopt. I also believe isolated danger marks, we've talked about it. So I'm going to skip. I think we are here. Okay. Amarachi, welcome. Good evening. If you can hear me, please tell me about this boy. Tell me everything that you know about it. Amarachi, can you hear me? Okay, Prince, kick us off. Let's go. Tell me everything you know about this boy. Everybody is muted. Who is Na?
I think Prince is having network issues.
Okay. Then who is this NA? Is it a name or you are
And
not applicable?
we use Morse code here, sir. So
November Alpha, where are you? Come out. Okay. Beatrice, do you want to give this a go? Safe watermark. Hello, Beatrice.
Yes, sir.
Can you give this a go? What do you know about this boy?
This is a safe watermark, and it's either a pillar, a spar, or a cone. The pillar and the spire has a top mark of a ball, and the color for the safe water mark is usually white and red. So at night it shows a light of either eye surface or occulting or long flash every 10 seconds.
Okay, any other thing?
And the Morse code is A. That's all.
What other name would we call this boy? And say, is there another name for it?
The fairway board.
Practically, have you seen one before? Where would you find a safe water mark?
You usually find it if you are leaving a port, you find it at the end of the channel. That is indicating that from that point there is safe water all around, that you can pass anywhere you wish to. As the depth of that place is okay. And if you are going into a port, it shows the beginning of the channel.
Okay. So if you are approaching a port and you find a safe water mark, how would you pass it?
If you are going into a port and you see a safe water mark, you can pass either side, and then you follow the normal system. After you pass the fairway boy, then you can put your green to your starboard and the red to your port.
Okay, what you're saying is correct. You can pass the safe water mark on any side, but practically, it's best to always keep your starboard free. Do you know the reason why you should keep your starboard free?
No.
Rules of the road. Think about it. Give way vessel, stand on vessel. So it just practically, it just gives you that opportunity to take an action if you have to. So you always ensure, if you are passing all these boys, that you can pass on either side. It's always best to leave them on the port side so that you keep your starboard free. If there is an issue and you want to alter course, you can easily go to starboard. It's just a practical thing. It's not as if it is a hard rule written anywhere, just practically. All right, so safe water mark, you've said most things about it. Where's my cursor? Okay, so color, shape, spherical, pillar or spar. Top mark, you always see in daylight, you have the red ball on top of it. Retroreflector, red and white bands or stripes. And then the light is a white light and the rhythms are there. Echo alpha, can you hear me? What is an isophase? What do you mean by isophase? When they say light is isophase, what does it mean?
An isophase light is the same duration of off and on.
Occulting.
Occulting, the duration, the time duration of the on is more than that of the off.
JJ, do you agree?
Yes, I agree with him. The occulting is, you have a long flash, off, long, off. I mean, short, off, on, short like that. So I agree with him.
Okay. So what do we use the safe watermark for? Indicate navigable water all around it. You can find it at the middle of the channel or landfall buoy, or best point to pass under the bridge. Okay. Any question about safe watermark? Any question?
Sorry, I want to ask a question, though not on safe watermark, sir, because the question just struck, something just struck me now about the cardinal marks or the Boyage system entirely. I don't know if this is the appropriate time to ask it. I just want to ask this question. I do approach SBM. You understand now? And I notice the light, the flash, and the light is giving me the same rhythm of the East Cardinal, because I take my time to study the light. So I now begin to wonder that the kind of light that the SBM is displaying, is he in compliance with the IALA or something that have to do with the Boyage or something? So I'm just a little bit confused about the light or the rhythm, or who are the people responsible for the light, or is he internationally accepted, or that's the kind of light that's supposed to be showing? I mean SBM.
Captain Tayo, do you want to help?
Yeah. So JJ, I'm really glad like you were able to analyze the light. So can you tell us the light for it?
I say is indicating east cardinal light.
No,
That's
give
the
me the
rhythm of
light.
the
Let
light.
me understand what is is.
It's a white light.
Yeah.
And it's flashing 3 times.
3 times. Is it short
Yes.
flashes or long flashes or?
Come back, please.
Is it long flashes or short flashes?
I think, yeah, it's a long flash, something like that.
Well,
sorry, no, it's been long. I can't really see words.
Yeah, I'm really glad like you're really looking into that. But what you need to know is that's a Morse code, and that the Morse code you are seeing there is uniform. Yeah, thank you, Eddie. That's uniform, and that shows you are running into danger. So you will see that not only on SBM, but you see that on any statutory object that maybe was placed there, and they know, yes, it's going to be an hazard to navigation. So coming out of it might not even be an SBM. It might even be something they put out there in the sea, but it's not represent. There is not representing a cardinal mark or anything. So next time you see that, I need to take notes. It's the Morse code for uniform, and it shows that you are running into danger. And yes, it's part of the IALA. Did you get me?
JJ, are you happy?
Yeah, I get it now. Very, very clear now, sir. Very, very clear.
No, thank you. So next time you just
very,
see,
very happy now.
don't mistake.
I forgot all that.
Come again.
I said, I've forgotten all those ones I used to do in the academic.
No, in academy is this uniform did that.
I don't know.
So that the D is the short, and then the da is the long. So what you're seeing there is 2 short and 1 long flash. 2 short, 1 long flash. It's telling you uniform, you're running into danger. And it's to warn everyone around.
I got it fully. I got it now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So JJ, also, apart from just the light, it's also good to look at when is there light, you just see what was flashing. So it's also good to take notes during the daylight, and then that can also help you if you are having doubts. Just something to note, apart from just the lights, if you have time in the daytime, just try and see what was flashing that light, and then it might help clarify some things for you. Okay, special marks.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Who is going to talk me through this one? The problem I have is light is already showing. Amarachi, can you hear me now? Echo Alpha, can you hear me now? November Alpha, can you hear me? None of them can hear, or none of them wants to answer. Which one should I believe? Okay, JJ, talk me through safe watermark.
Safe watermark, special mark.
Sorry, special mark. Sorry. It's because I moved my slide.
Okay. Okay, special mark is a mark that indicates a area of an area of a special concern. It can be a special area that you have let me say where they practice it can be an area for military practice exercise where they dump marine hazard or whatever. So it's just a special area indicating indicating a special area that a vessel should keep off, and is a yellow. It can be in a spa. Sorry, yeah, it can be in spa, and it can also be, yeah, it can be in spa or in cone, and it's yellow with the top mark of cross like S shape, like S shape.
Okay, is that all you remember about it? Where you can find it, is that all you remember about it, or what purpose it can be used for?
Yes, the purpose that it is many. It's many. It can be a special fishing ground, like where you have ocean fishing pond. Did I use that word? The ocean fishing pond.
Where can we find special mark?
And be with size or where they do and all the other stuff. It's just to keep off from.
Okay. Any other person, any other contribution about special mark? Okay, so similar to,
I think November Alpha is replying with chat as well. So
oh, there are lots of chats. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Okay.
The special marks also, they can be used for others, that's ocean data acquisition system. Like when they are placed in the sea, they can be used to take informations from like the weather and then other informations from the sea, and also like recreational zone as well. They can be used for that, and then they can be used for also to specify anchorage boundaries. And then yes, I think that's what I can also add to what you have said.
okay, excellent. Captain Tayo, Captain Afolabi, there used to be an acronym. I've forgotten it. I've been trying to recall it. There used to be an acronym for remembering these special marks, the areas where we can find it. I don't know if anyone remembers. If we don't remember, if I remember it after the meeting, I would send it there is an acronym for it that helps in, yes, CROFT. Yeah, that's correct. That's what I was looking for. Very correct. So it, like I said, have these acronyms, have a way of remembering things. That way, if you forget, you would easily remember them. When you're preparing for orals, there's always lots of acronyms and lots of short forms of different stupid things that looks or sounds stupid to you. But when you enter inside your examiner's room, and then you sit down and then they start questioning you, and those things start playing in your mind, you'll be very glad that you had them. So there are some things that one should note and have in hand. So thanks for the chat. Okay. So everything we talked about is all here. So any reading that is not used for white light, so you will just always see a random yellow light just flashing in different rhythms, but definitely should not clash with the ones that is already in use for a white light. Okay. IALA A and B, where can we find region? First of all, which region is Nigeria?
Region A.
Region A.
Excellent. Where do we have region B?
Asia, all of the Asia and the Americans as well.
South America and Japan.
Region B, South America, North America, Japan, Philippines, and Korea, I think.
All of the Asias as well.
Okay, correct. So for me, I always just think of the first country that always comes to my mind is America, North and South, Canada. Why? So they like doing things different from every other person. Same with Asia. So they are the ones that always comes to my mind first. So they have a different color. Not different color, just the opposite color from region A. Simple thing about these Cardinal boys, forget about color. No matter which region they give you, except the examiner is asking you for characteristics. But if you are just asked a scenario question, you are asked to navigate a vessel through through this lateral marks. Throw away the color, just focus on the shape. If you focus on the shape, you would never miss it. Okay, I repeat, do not concentrate so much on the color when you are navigating. Just focus on the shape, because no matter which region you are placed in, the shape are all the same. Yeah, so can to port, cone to starboard is something you should learn to repeat to yourself. Can, port, cone, starboard. If you are coming outbound, the reverse is the case. So inbound, can to port, cone to starboard, region A. Region B, can to port, cone to starboard. Color does not matter. The colors only reverse. So you are going inbound in Nigeria, you will have green to your right, red to your left. If you are coming outbound, it's the reverse. If you are going inbound, South Korea, you will have red to your right, green to your left, inbound. Outbound, reverse, but the shape will always be the same. So if you are navigating, please do not worry yourself so much about the colors. Just follow the shape, and you'll be able to get to where you're going safely. The way I've seen examiners ask Boyage questions, apart from just lifting up a boy and asking you, what is this? Tell me about this boy. if practically they want you to navigate through it, is they just put different set of buoys on a straight line. They'll just be on a straight line, and then they give you a model of a ship, and then you are supposed to pass through each of the shapes, one after the other. So you are going, they will give you a direction. For example, maybe you are heading 135 degrees, and then he will just line up a set of buoys. So as you go and meet a buoy, you just stop and think, okay, which buoy is this? Where am I supposed to pass? What is it telling me? And all that. That's how I've seen it done. I don't know how they do in Nigerian orals, for those that will be taking Nigerian orals. So that's one thing that I just I'm trying to hammer on for these lateral marks. Concentrate on the shapes. If you look at it, you will see that the shapes are all the same. And then the what do they call it? This preferred channel tends to be a bit confusing. So if you are doing a preferred channel, which direction would you go? For example, you are going inbound, and then you see this can. You see this can with a red band, and then the channel divides into two. So just where the channel divides, it gives you this buoy. Which direction would you go? Echo Alpha, which direction would you, which color tells you where to go? Among the
Can
two
you come back
colors?
with your question, sir?
Okay, so preferred channel buoy has two colors. So it has one color with a band in the middle.
Yes, sir.
So which direction are you supposed to go based on the two colors in the buoy? Which one gives you a sense of direction?
You follow the strap. That's the one at the middle.
Okay.
So
What
let's
about?
say
Yeah, go ahead.
You said?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So let's say, for instance, you have the this preferred channel to starboard. That's the can, the green and the red strap. So preferred channel to starboard, which means the preferred channel is on the starboard side. So you leave the can on your port side.
You leave your can on where?
But the preferred channel is to the starboard side. So you follow the strap. That's the red color. So you leave the can on the port side.
Who is there? Omar.
Yes, Umar, sir.
Can with red band. Preferred channel. Where would you go? Preferred channel.
To the port side. Because you follow the band.
November Alpha, can you hear me? Prince, where would you go?
Yeah, if I am to navigate through the preferred channel to port or starboard, I will follow the, okay, from example, if I'm to follow the preferred channel to port, I will keep the I'll keep the starboard, the red color to my starboard. Did you copy me, sir?
Yes. Okay, so I think we are saying a bit. All right. So let's start from here. So first of all, we are in region. First of all, so let's concentrate on region B, and let's check if the shape works. The shape that I talked about. So region B, you are going inbound, your first set of buoys. That means you have green on your port side. To our port side, a green can, and to our starboard side, we have a red cone. If it were in Nigeria, we still have a cone to our starboard, but that cone would be red. Now, while we are navigating inbound, that channel divides into two. And then at the point of that division, we see a preferred channel buoy. And that buoy is can. Remember, not so much you lift a can if you are going in, but anybody? Did my explanation make sense? I want to be sure we understand what I'm trying to say.
I think when you were explaining, the network was going on and off. Well, now it's clear. If you can just please come again, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. So I said, let's concentrate on the shape. Leave the color alone. Concentrate on the shape. We are in South Korea. We are going inbound. It means that, look at the arrow. This is the direction we are going. It means that when we are going into the channel, our first set of buoys will be a can to port, cone to starboard, regardless of color. But in region B, we'll have green to our port side, red to our starboard. While we are navigating, the channel divides into two. And then you now see a can. You see a can, a preferred channel buoy, but it is a can. Where would you leave that can? Remember, the channel has divided into two. Remember, when you came in, you left a can to your port, you left cone to your starboard. Now the channel has divided into two. And the buoy that is giving you direction in which channel to go to is a can. Where would you leave that can? Where would you alter your course to? If anybody understood all the blabbings I've done now, please, can you respond?
Okay, you alter to starboard. You leave the can at your port side. Because this is the region B. And
apart from, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, apart from in this case, like you said, we should forget about the color and focus on the shape. So it still doesn't change anything if we are forgetting about the color and focusing on the shape. So we still leave the can to the port side and alter our course to starboard side, follow the starboard channel.
Very correct. So what I'm just trying to point out, I'm not saying the colors are not important. The colors are important, especially if an examiner asks you to identify the buoy. What I'm saying is, when you are navigating, that shape is really important, especially if you can see it. It will always be the same, except you are coming outbound, then it reverses, no matter your region. So even if you're in region A, and you get to a point, the channel divides into two, and you see a preferred channel buoy, and it is a can, you are going to starboard, because you will always leave your can to your port and leave your cone to your starboard. So if you just have that mindset in your head, can to port, cone to starboard, can to port, cone to starboard, every time, can to port, cone to starboard, it doesn't matter the band that is on it, or if it is the same color all through, or whatever shape it is, the top mark is missing, can to port, cone to starboard. It will help. It's just how I learned it. If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't, then you can try to, because sometimes people get to preferred channel and then they are looking at the band and they're like, oh, the band is red, left, left, left. You know, there's this idea we have about red. Say red, go left, you know, or you see a green and you're like, yeah, green, the band is green, so go to the right. So just have a system that works for you, but always remember that can to port, cone to starboard, end of story. No matter the region, no matter which part of the world you are, that for at least for that one, everybody agrees. Yeah. So it helps if you can have that understanding. So this is just region B. If you are coming now coming outbound, the roles would reverse. So you have your cone to your port side. You're coming outbound. You have your can to your starboard, and then your cone to your port side. That's how it will be. Doesn't matter about the colors, but that's where it's just a reverse if you are coming outbound. So that's another thing to be careful of. When an examiner gives you a direction, always ask, which direction am I going, outbound or inbound? Especially if it involves these lateral marks. Always ask the examiner, which is it an outbound or an inbound passage? Because it will help you. Don't just carry a ship and start navigating, and then you reach the end and he's looking at you and said, maybe you navigated inbound. It tells you you were going out you were on an outbound passage, so you just failed, you know. Well, some people are not that wicked, but some examiners are actually very harsh. So always remember to ask. If they don't tell you, some will, some may not. It can just be an omission. So just ask, which way am I heading? And then they would be able to help with that. Okay, so any question about region B lateral marks? Okay, so characteristics of light. When you are identifying a buoy, these are the things that you're supposed to...
Captain Success, can I just add something quickly just before you moved on?
Yes, sir, please.
So it's a very good, as you said, ask. I have also witnessed examiners who put the fairway buoy. And if you ask at that point, then you might actually be done for as well. So they expect you to be able to identify a fairway buoy, and that might help you know if you're coming in or going out. So I just said I should chip that in as well. So people should ask, but at the same time, they should look very well before they ask the question.
Okay, very, very good point, Captain Tayo. Very, very good point and very valid. An examiner can actually fail you for that. But let me ask a question. The class is a bit lean. It seems that I'm asking the same set of people question. JJ has even gone out. Echo Alpha, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so an examiner gives you a set of buoys, and you find that he put the fairway buoy at the end of the buoy. Which way are you heading?
He puts the fairway buoy at the end of the buoy.
So he gives you a set of buoys, and then the last buoy is the fairway buoy. Which direction are you heading?
Outbound.
Excellent. So I just gave that example just to explain what Captain Tayo just talked about. So always look at what you have been given, and then that might help you identify which direction you are actually going. If you find a fairway buoy inside there, please don't ask. You should be able to tell yourself which direction that you are heading. So that's a very valid point, and thanks, Captain, for bringing that up. Okay, so we're looking at the characteristics of light, which we have tried to identify. The rhythm, the color, the period, and the intensity. So mostly, this is what you will find, the colors that are used. You would find most of them are white, like the fairway buoy. You'll find red for the lateral mark, green, lateral mark, yellow, special mark. What color does isolated danger have? Beatrice, what color does isolated danger have? What color of light? And what's the rhythm? Captain Busayo talked about this now. Help me, help my ministry, please.
So I selected danger mark.
Yes. What color does it have? The light.
I selected danger mark. The light is a white light. And it flashes the reading group flashing of 2.
Okay. So sometimes you won't find the light. If the light is not listed, if the color of the light is not mentioned, then that light is a white light. That's just what this slide is saying. So the period of light, one full cycle is from the time it flashes, the first flash comes on until when it goes off before the next flash comes up. So that's the duration, the period of the light. So you see things like this. So it starts, immediately it starts counting. This period of darkness is part of the duration of the light. So this light will flash every 15 seconds. So it will not flash again until it ends the 15 seconds and then another flash starts again. So that's what a period is, from the start almost to the start of the new light. Just before the start of the new light is supposed to give you approximately that 15 seconds period. Okay, so this is just talking about this light that is here, flashing 3 times. It's a white light flashing 3 times every 15 seconds. So I believe that everyone now understands region A, region B. If you have questions about lateral marks, isolated danger marks, safe water mark, special marks, we should be able to answer them. So I'll just leave for questions and see if there's any question. If not, I'll use the escape. Any question from anybody?
Yeah, Beatrice, your hand is up. Please go ahead.
Yes. So on the previous, there was a slide he just showed where I saw the limitations of our fog signals. Can you just please say something on that?
For which slide?
Limitation of fog signal.
Which slide is that, Afo?
I'm not sure. Wait, let me just try and open it on my side here. Did you say limitation of fog signal?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure I had anything on limitation of fog signal.
I'm just looking through the slide now.
No, Beatrice. I have no notes on limitation of fog signal. But do you have any specific question you want to clarify?
No, I would like to know if there are any limitations though to the fog signals.
When you mean fog signal, Do you know how fog signal has got to do with our rule 19? Are you there? Beatrice?
Sir.
Yeah, so let's come to fog signal. You understand fog, but what's the other name for fog in the resistive visibility? I mean in rules of the road. I almost said the answer. Okay, I will just clarify. So for fog signal, when you're in restricted visibility, you might not be able to see anything. And that's when restricted visibility, when you're restricted visibility as per rule 19, you make use of your radar in or near areas of restricted visibility. And then that's where we use fog signal. So fog signal is mostly a sound signal as well that you would be using in navigation. So using fog signal for light, it might not be possible for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh.
So that is why there
Yes,
are actions that you should take when you are already in areas of restricted visibility. And that's why we've gone over rule 19 of actions you will take, especially when you're in restricted visibility. But it's mostly by whatever you've been able to sight by radar as well. And also when you're in restricted visibility, your fog signal is your sound. And the sound is depending on your vessel, your characteristics of your vessel, and exactly what your vessel is doing at that moment. So let's do a little quiz. Restricted visibility, your vessel is on the way and making it. What's the fog signal? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, restricted visibility, on the way and making way. What's the fog signal?
A prolonged blast. One prolonged blast.
On the way and making way. What of on the way and stopped, not making way? I think this is going to be part of another interesting topic, but I don't want to digress from this one. But I really wanted to read on that, and Beatrice, I'll be keeping my eye on you down on this for you. I would like you to just check restricted visibility for on the way and making way, not making way, restricted ability to maneuver at anchor. And when I mean at anchor, less than 50 meters, more than 50 meters or so, and then you let me know. Is that okay? But I really wanted to study this yourself and bring it out again, and let us learn from it. But fog signal is mostly your sound signal that you'll be using as well. So for this lesson, I think it's really been a nice 3 or 4 weeks now of Boyage system, and I'm really so glad like everybody has really been able to grasp one or two things. I mean, tonight I learned a lot. I learned a lot from Captain Success, and one of the things that I said, you can't get these things unless you are practicing. You're practicing it. What are you practicing? How are you practicing your Cardinal marks, and how are you practicing, your port side and lateral mark, your starboard and lateral mark. It's not most only about the color. Let me put it that way. It's not only about the color. It's like Captain Success said, it's majorly about the shape. But however, I've seen some of few examiners that they just give you some spare and then there's no top mark on it, so you are kind of a little confused as well. But number one, Captain Tayo has tried to let you know. The first lesson that I try to say is first know which region you are. First of all, know which region you are, especially when you're doing lateral mark, because I've seen situations where they put you, they give situations and you are just answering it like it's Nigeria channel. But no, this man is in his own head, is already thinking this is Asia. But it's not just exam sake, it's even, you know, for even our own practice as well when we are on board. When we come into different channels, let's say for instance, you left on airport, Nigeria, and then you are going down to America, South America, and you just going into the channel and you're seeing the colors and you just boom, just moving there thinking it's still Nigeria, we might get ourselves aground. So it's not just about not just about the color. It's number one, first knowing the region you are. Then two, try and know, are you inbound or are you outbound? So if you are an inbound or outbound, we'll be able to make you determine what you are going to do when it's here. It's port and lateral mark or starboard and lateral mark, like Captain Success said. So inbound and outbound, Captain Taya has already tried to let us know. See, once he gives you that boy, and Capt Success has already buttressed on that point. If the boy is at the beginning, you should know you are going inbound. So your action should be different from when you are coming outbound. When you're coming outbound, they will line up the boys, and it's even in the channel as well. You first see the boy, and when you are coming outbound, the safe water mark is the last boy that you are going to see as well. But so first of all, know your region, and then two, you know whether you are inbound or you are outbound before we can even start to take action as per the lateral mark. Coming down to the cardinal mark, we'll be able to analyze it and see it ourselves that the point of interest, like I said last week, is always the opposite of the cardinal mark you're seeing. So if you see, just like it's on the screen now, if you see a north cardinal mark, the point of interest is on the southern side, the dangerous side is on the southern side. The east cardinal mark, the dangerous side, is on the western side of it as well. But more importantly, is for you to be able to know the characteristics of all these boys. Because in exam, they won't stop at you just telling them the boys. Most of the examiners will want, in short, 95% of them, if not 98, we want you to give us the characteristics of this boy. And not just because they just want to, you know, probe us, but it's something that you should be able to identify a boy when you see a boy at night and you see a boy during the daytime as well. So with all these lessons, to be honest, it's very, very easy to forget. It's very, very easy to forget the north, the south, the east, the west. It's very, very easy to forget, especially what Captain Success also shared with us today. But it will not be easy to forget if we go back and we go practicing again. We go practicing on this stuff. What is this mark? And then we're able to analyze it and we're able to say the characteristics of it as well. So next week will be, I would like us to come together and I want us to study about everything that we've studied on boys. And we're coming next week and it will be orals, and the orals will just be situation. So yeah, I'm going to be having two different captains, 2 or 3 different captains, and we're having 2 or 3 different students. And we're just going to be navigating through the boys, and let's see how our practice of the boys are. Captain Success already told us, try and know these boys. I've also tried to let you know that it's not just about knowing the boys as well, it's about understanding it. It's about understanding exactly what you want to do, especially when you see a cardinal mark, you are south, and you see a north cardinal mark. It's not just, I'll take Port Harcourt to starboard or Harcourt to starboard. No, what exactly, where exactly are you having a situation awareness, trying to understand it. So please, let's go back, let's try and go over this thing again, let's practice it, and before you know what, it becomes part of us. Like I said, during my OW, it was my nightmare, and Captain Success now is already an expert in body system. That's why I brought him here. So Captain Success, thank you very, very much for this evening. It was really very, very educating as well. So Captain Tayo, thank you again. Thanks for your contribution. Next week, like I said, it will be an orals. We'll see the 3 students that will be able to come back and give us what we just landed as well. Quickly, does anybody have any question or anything to add to it? All right. I think we've even past time. But thank you very much, Capt Success. Thanks again. Thanks for coming. Beatrice, thanks. We're gonna be discussing more on the Fox signal rule 19. That's where I would like to hammer you on. EA Amarachi, thanks a lot. And Olatobi, thank you very much. Thanks guys. Thanks, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
you.
I'll see you next week. See you next week, Tuesday.